WGAL News 8 Today starts now.
No fog in Cortina this morning. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, the 18th. I'm Matt Barquero.
I'm Caitlin Smith. Regina's giving us a look at the roads, which are foggy again for drivers out there. Christine, when is that going to move out? And a lot of people are talking about the weekend already. I gotta just put that out there.
Well, I think things will be changing for the weekend for sure. So we'll keep a watchfly on that. But for today, we have some fog, a dense fog advisory in effect for York and Lancaster counties. That goes until 10 o'clock. And you notice there's still some fog outside of that dense fog advisory. So just be cautious as you travel around. You could encounter changing visibility down to as low as a quarter mile in some spots. Temperature wise, we are at 32 in Lancaster and Selinsgrove as well. So with the fog setting in, I want you to be careful because some of that fog could freeze to surfaces and cause some slick spots. 33 in Harrisburg, 34 in York, 38 for Chambersburg. We also have a couple of showers moving through, very light in nature, so I'll keep my eyes on those as well as the temperatures. If you do see some damp ground, remember it could be slick in spots, especially Lancaster County and Union and Snyder counties as well. 12-hour forecast today, we get to 44 for our high. We will see some afternoon showers and just a couple this morning, but overall a mostly dry day. You'll have plenty of time to get out and get out for a walk.
Okay, good. I was out for a walk yesterday. It was nice.
Yeah, it was mild.
Yeah, nice.
We all walked yesterday. All right. 5:01, everybody, on your Wednesday morning, and wanted to take you outside. Of course, seeing that fog from ground level is different, of course, than what we're talking about. So we wanted to show you right now Storm Tracker 8 in Manheim Township along Oregon Pike. And this is the commute for a lot of folks this morning, waking up at this hour, driving through. And this is Lancaster County. And you can see just how bright those lights are. And just take your time, drive slow as you're heading out. And you might also need your windshield wipers like you see there with our photographer. Right now, we do have a crash in York County. This is East Main Street, Dallastown Borough in York County. Looks like it is still green in the area, so that is good news there. Wanted to give you a peek. Also in Dauphin County, this is the South Bridge, I-83 in Harrisburg. Looks like a busy Wednesday morning. And if you are driving into Harrisburg from Lancaster, 30 minutes there, just under a 40-minute drive from Lebanon, and 21 minutes from York, all in the green. We'll have another update for you in 5 minutes.
This has been a Lancaster Toyota traffic report.
A senior center in York County could be forced to pause its programs as it navigates some challenges linked to a move to a new building.
News 8's Gabrielle Thomas is joining us live in Conawago Township to tell us the situation there. Gabrielle, good morning.
Good morning, Matt and Caitlin. Well, this church, as you see behind me, is being renovated into a senior center, but it's been a challenge for the seniors here in this area to get inside because there's some construction happening right now that is delaying them from getting in there as quick as they would like to. And let me give you some background on what has happened a little bit and why it's been a challenge for them to get inside. Now, Northeastern Senior Center has already purchased this building, but as I mentioned, they run into some problems in rising renovation costs as well, making it a challenge for them to get inside earlier than they actually planned. Now, without the support from the community, the daily programs that many seniors rely on could be in jeopardy. We spoke to a woman named Holly yesterday who works at this senior center, and she sees the impact up close. Now, she mentioned that her 101-year-old grandmother goes to this senior center every day. She's active and social and usually engaged, but when the place is closed, it's a challenge for her to stay engaged. She says this place is more than just a meal. It's about routine, mental health, and making sure seniors don't feel alone.
It's the social time that they aren't already getting, but it's also the time that we know as basically, pseudo caregivers, that we're making sure that they're eating, they're getting some type of nutrition that they may or may not be getting at home.
All of the senior centers lease at the current location ends in 2027. Leaders say if they can move in quicker, that would eliminate rising costs. If you would like to donate to help Northeastern Senior Center here in York County to continue to provide activities and social support to seniors who live in this area, I'll have that GoFundMe on my Facebook. Reporting live here in Conawago Township, I'm Gabrielle Thomas, WGAL News 8.
All right, thanks, Gabrielle. To Harrisburg now, where residents spoke out at last night's city council meeting, calling on leaders to approve an ordinance that would spell out how the city would cooperate with ICE. It would put in writing that it's not the role of the city to enforce immigration enforcement or arrest people based on their immigration status. The council talked about this ordinance now for the second time.
Immigration and Customs doesn't seem to really respect the rule of law, and they're regularly violating people's civil liberties, and that's going to open up the city and our local law enforcement, if they're working with them, to civil suits, which we as the taxpayers will end up having to pay, the city will end up having to pay.
I am so proud that I made the choice to serve this country. And I am ecstatic that ICE is in Harrisburg, protecting our constitutional right.
Well, federal law requires law enforcement to report someone wanted by an agency if officers come across them during a traffic stop. Also, police must assist ICE officials if they are in danger. City Council will be voting on this ordinance, it says, during its next meeting, which is on Tuesday.
Another discussion at that same meeting last night, the recently announced closure of the Harrisburg Midtown Arts Center. It was not renewed for a business contract after it missed several tax payments. The Midtown Arts Center is now asking the city to set up a payment plan. City Council members say they will talk about this at next week's meeting. Lancaster police say a person was shot on East Mifflin Street near South Marshall Street just before 8 last night. Officers say that person was taken to the hospital. Lancaster police, though, have not said if they made any arrests, but they did say there is no threat to the public.
2 teenagers charged in connection to a deadly shooting in Franklin County, and now we're learning a little bit more about what happened. According to charging documents, 17-year-old Nathan Sanders, who's from West Virginia, shot the 15-year-old on Valley Pine Court in Green Township early Monday morning. 15-year-old Donielle Soper from McConnellsburg also charged with homicide. According to charging documents, the victim and Soper tried to steal marijuana during a drug deal, and Sanders shot at the victim and Soper. The victim's name has not been released.
A Maryland man is now charged in connection to the death of a woman in Littlestown, Adams County earlier this month. According to court documents, Rebecca Funt was in the crosswalk at South Queen and West King Streets on February 4th when the truck hit her. Jose Reyes Lopez is now charged with recklessly endangering another person and careless driving. According to court documents, he told police he did not see her. Reyes Lopez has an immigration detainer, and police say he could be a flight risk. Now, we have reached out to Immigration and Customs Enforcement to see if Reyes Lopez was in the country illegally, but so far we have not heard back.
A soldier from Harrisburg was killed in a vehicle crash in North Carolina. The Army says Specialist Romeo Fleck, who was 22, was one of 2 paratroopers killed. Fleck was an infantryman assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division since 2024. Police in North Carolina say Fleck's car crashed head-on into a truck. The driver of the truck also died.
The 9-year-old girl who accidentally drowned at Hershey Park last summer, Sophia Subidi, could not swim, according to her father and what he wrote in the coroner's report, which News 8 has obtained. The report says he told officials that she was very afraid of deep water. The report also shows she was visiting the water park with her friend's family on July 24th. Subidi's friend's father told the coroner's office that the 2 girls ran into the wave pool while he found a place to put down their stuff. The father said by the time he got into the water about 5 minutes later, lifeguards were already pulling the 9-year-old out. Lifeguards did use an AED machine to try to save her, but the report says she remained in cardiac arrest and later died at the hospital.
It is 5:08 right now. Christine, I noticed a lot of snow melted yesterday because of the temps, but that remaining snow still causing some issues for us.
It is, and every time we have snow and some warmer air coming overhead, we tend to get fog. And we've been seeing that over the past couple of mornings. I think we will continue to see that this week until that snow is out of here. But right now, there is a warm front moving through. That could produce a couple of showers or sprinkles for you this morning. I've been seeing some very light showers moving through western counties, Mifflin, Juniata, Perry, Cumberland, even Adams County right now getting some showers, as well as York County. So I'll keep my eye on temperatures because in some spots it's right around 32, 33 degrees. Dense fog advisory is in effect until 10 a.m. for Lancaster and York counties. Notice the visibility has improved just now in York County to 2 miles, but it's still down to a quarter mile in parts of Lancaster County. So be prepared for changing visibility as you travel around. Just like yesterday, we have another one of those air quality alerts, and that is for the same reason. We have this very warm air above our heads, but dense cold air being stubborn right at the surface. So that creates a lid on the atmosphere and traps particle pollutants near the surface. It's children, the elderly, folks with heart or lung conditions might want to limit any strenuous activity outdoors today. Temperature-wise, we have 34 in Lebanon, 33 in Harrisburg, 34 in York, and 32 degrees in Lancaster. Our wind speeds today should remain light throughout the day. And then for tomorrow, we will see more cloud cover coming your way. So it's a cloudy, kind of murky looking week. Today, the clouds will hang tough. There could be a few afternoon showers, but most of the afternoon is looking dry. Back to you.
All right, to the Winter Olympics now, where the U.S. women's curling team is playing right now in a very back and forth match.
Yeah, we've been following this team and one of its members because she's a Philadelphia native, Taylor Anderson Heidi. She also plays for the Philadelphia Curling Club still, and right now she is playing for Team USA against Great Britain. That match is at the 8th end, and the score is 6-4 with the U.S. in the lead. Going into the match, the U.S. was 5-2 in the round-robin stage, so it's tied for second place. The top 4 teams will advance.
We'll keep you updated on that match. Jasmine Jones also getting ready for her first run in the 2-women bobsled event. Jones grew up in Greensburg, that's east of Pittsburgh. The training for 2-women bobsled scheduled for tomorrow morning at 8. Then the first run will be Friday at noon. Off the ice, Jones is a senior airman in the U.S. Air Force and trains in Lake Placid, New York.
Still ahead today on WGAL when it comes to the Olympics rundown at 1:30. It's the women's aerials final for skiing. Then at 2:15, you can watch Bucks County native Andrew Hio in the short track speeding skating quarterfinals. That's for the 500 meter. At 3:10, the U.S. men's hockey team faces off with Sweden. And of course, you can join us tonight at 8 for prime time in Milan and see all of the day's highlights.
Well, let's go to Milan right now, where Hearst Olympic correspondent Jason Newton is live for us this morning.
Jason, we were just talking about the U.S. men's hockey team, but really men's or women's, Team USA is dominating these Winter Olympic Games, remaining undefeated going into some of the last rounds here. See if Jason
Yeah,
can
you
hear
don't
us
have to be a hockey fan to. Nope, I got you. You don't have to be a hockey fan to enjoy what's going on here in Milan, especially on the men's side for today. USA Hockey taking on Sweden. This will be in the quarterfinals, and on paper, this one looks like to be the one to watch. The toughest matchup for both teams, the U.S. and Sweden, 2 of the 3 teams made up entirely of NHL players. Reminder, this is the first time league athletes are competing in the Winter Olympics since the 2014 Sochi Games. Now, while Sweden's won 3 of the team's 4 games, the U.S. is 3-0 right now. And if they move into the finals and win, this will be the first medal for Team USA men's hockey since the silver. That was in 2010.
All right, Jason, let's talk about skier Mikaela Shiffrin. She hasn't had the best showing so far at the Games, but her final event for the Olympics is today.
Matt, it's okay. Don't worry. She's in first place right now in her first run this morning. They got going early, and we're checking it out on the monitor right now. Remember, the slalom is really her best event, and Shiffrin is considered to be one of the best slalom skiers in the world. For some perspective here, only Swede Ingemar Stenmark and fellow American Lindsey Vonn have more World Cup wins overall than Shiffrin has in the slalom alone. Heading into today's event, Shiffrin finished 4th in the team combined and 11th in giant slalom. She's also one of 4 U.S. skiers racing today. If you got your notebook handy, I'll give you the 4 you should be listening out for. Nina O'Brien, AJ Hurt, Paula Moulton also will be competing. Remember, Moulton already won bronze for her slalom moves. That was in the team combined event alongside Jackie Wiles.
All right, I've written them down, right? Know who to follow. All right, we also watched the Blade Angels compete in their first leg of the women's singles event yesterday, and it was kind of mixed results and a disappointing performance there for Amber Glenn in particular.
Sure, but cool nicknames. The Blade Angels, you also got the Quad God. I mean, what more do you want out of figure skating? Alyssa Liu, highest ranked U.S. skater heading into Thursday's competition, sitting at 3rd right now. And after Tuesday's event, she really gushed about how much this program means to her.
I wish I was still out there, you know, so I don't know. I'm really happy and I'm excited to do the free.
Liu finished 6th in this event at age 16. That was in Beijing, retired shortly after those games. She returned to the competition in the 2024-25 season after a more than 2-year break and then won the world title last March. On Thursday, Liu will look to win the U.S.'s first medal in women's singles since 2006. Fellow Americans Isabeau Levito and Amber Glenn round out the trio affectionately known as the Blade Angels. They sit at 8th and 13th, respectively. Matt, Caitlin, all is well. We'll get through this, perhaps on the podium. Back to you.
So calm in Milan. All right. Thanks. We'll take those vibes. Thanks, Jason.